Hi everyone, it's Lisa. Today I'm videotaping from my home on behalf of the Paris Bourbon County Library. We hope you're enjoying the spring weather. And for me, spring weather means definitely flowers. So today I'm going to show you how to make a seed packet wreath. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a list of the supplies that you're going to need. They're out here now on my surface, but I'm also going to show you how to make one after we get through our list of supplies. So this is the list of supplies for our seed packet wreath. Obviously, we're going to need seed packets. I found these at the Dollar Tree for $1. At the very top, it actually had the price, and so I just took a red marker and went over that so that I didn't have the price on there. I'm going to need a pair of scissors. I'm going to need some cutting shears, some wire cutters. I've got 2 pairs here. I like these the best. I'm going to need some floral wire of your choice. And what I mean by the choice would be your gauge as well as the color, because they do make this in different colors. Green would be nice for this one. I'm going to need a wreath form. Don't feel like you have to buy one. I'll show you one that I have had and multi-purposed several times in a few moments. We're also going to need some burlap. I have this burlap ribbon. It's really loosely woven, and it's going to be great for making little bows to attach to this as well. I'm going to be adding some additional floral ribbon, and I'll show you how I'm going to use that in a few moments, so you may need it as well. And you're definitely going to need your glue gun. And I think that is all the supplies that you're going to need for our DIY seed packet wreath. So I'm going to take a few moments and clear this away, and then I'm going to show you what I've started so far, and we're going to actually completely finish it today. Okay everybody, I'm back, and this is the one that I'm currently working on, and let me explain it to you for a few moments. This is actually a grapevine wreath that I purchased a couple of years ago for less than $2 at Goodwill, and I knew I would upcycle it in some form, and this is going to be perfect because I'm going to make this an outdoor wreath on my patio. It is going to be on a covered patio, that way I don't have to worry about the seed packets getting wet. But let me explain just a little bit about what I've done. I've taken my grapevine wreath. I actually had this vine and I put it on there, but I'm not seeing it very much. I see a few leaves here and there. So you could actually do away with the vine as well. But if you choose to put a vine on your wreath form, you can actually get a loop, I'll call it a loop, but it's a circle of vine on this little, looks like a little grapevine here. But you can get that at the Dollar Tree as well. So one of those little rings of ivy was $1. So you could get that if you wanted it. But on this one, it's not making much of an impact. So as I've put it on here, I'll be able to see a few of the leaves, but not a lot of them. Also, you'll notice at the top of this, I have used a Dollar Tree shovel, gardening shovel. And I've also used a pair of gloves to help me make somewhat of a bow at the top. Now I've included the burlap bow at the top, but what I intend to do also is take my ribbon and hot glue it in the center just to add something a little bit extra there. So what I have done so far is I have made these little bows out of burlap, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're actually going to need about 2 more to complete this side of the wreath. This side of the wreath is almost done. This side of the wreath needs to be done. You'll also notice that I have put all of the seed packets on there. I'm not going to use all the ones that I bought, obviously. I've bought too many of them, but I will use those for other projects as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start adding my 2 other burlap bows. And I have made one of them, and all I've simply done is I've cut off a section of my burlap ribbon, and that's probably about 6 inches long. I am going to fray it a little bit. I kind of like that frayed look. So we're going to put that over to the side, and I'm going to fray this one just a little bit more as well. And then I'm going to try to trim that up. You'll notice it's just a little bit wonky. We'll use that word wonky. These do not have to go outside. They could go in if you had a greenhouse, just anywhere you want to put them. The only thing is we need to make sure that they are moisture. It's in an area that will not get any moisture, or moisture-proof area. Now I'm putting these about every 6 inches or so, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm using my wire to help me attach. And all I'm simply doing is wrapping that around several times. Now you could glue these on if you wanted to. That would be perfectly fine. There's one, and then I need to make another one. The birds are singing this morning. So I've taken my wire and I've cut that off, and all I'm simply going to do is to twist and I'm going to arrange this just a little bit better. A little bit off-centered. Let's move that over. And there we go. And let's go ahead and get it at the very top. And the good thing about the grapevine wreath is there's always something to attach to. There's so many layers of this grapevine wreath that there's always something that you can hot glue to or put your wire on with. I'm going to fray that just a little bit more, one more. And there we go. Now, the next step is very simple. All we're going to do is take our seed packets and we're going to glue those on there. And I'm going to glue this one in this direction. So I'm just putting a little bit of, now these can be empty. I do not have enough room in my garden for all of these seeds. Now eventually I may. But I'm just actually gluing them with the seeds on the inside. And I'm using various colors. These are not going to come off. I'm just going to hold that down until it cools. This whole wreath probably cost less than $10 for sure. Now while those are drying, or while those are cooling, excuse me, let me show you how to make this little ribbon, which is so easy to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and glue this one in the center up here. And I'm only doing this just to add a little bit of color to the burlap. But here's all you simply do. I'm taking, this is a Waverly ribbon. I've probably had this several years as well. I'm taking like a 4 or 5 inch piece, probably 4. And all I'm going to do is to make a knot in the center. Easier said than done this morning. One more try. Actually, let's get a longer ribbon so I'm not struggling, and then I can cut it down. Much easier. And I also want to make sure that my pattern is out. So I'm going to twist that. And then all I'm going to do, in order to make it that size, I'm going to trim it down and make my little pointy corners. And then in the center of each of the burlap ribbons, I'm going to glue one of these just to add a little bit of color. Let's put one here. I believe those are cool now, so we can go ahead. Let's go ahead and finish. I'm on 2 different projects here, literally. Let's go ahead and get our ribbon, the blue and our ribbon on there. And then we'll continue on with the seed packets. Cut our corners, or excuse me, cut our ends. Gonna tighten that up a little bit, and there is a bow over here, but you can't really see it. I'm going to feel negligent if I don't put one in the middle of that one, just in case it is seen. I would like that color on there. Let's make 1, 2, 3 more of those. I'm going to make 1 more, and then I'm going to pause our video while I make the other 2. Now that you know how to make them, remember you just want your pattern to show. And we're going to cut. I'll leave my remnants in the center of my wreath. And cut. Now I have a little bit of this color on my patio. That's the reason I kind of chose the blue. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and pause for just a moment and make 3 more of these, and I'll be right back on. Okay, I'm back, guys. I went ahead and I attached those 3 that I was making. I made them for the bottom and the 2 sides. And now all I simply need to do is continue adding my seed packets. So I'm going to look through here. I've got plenty to choose from. I want to look through and get some that maybe I've not already used. Let's see what we can do with these. Let's put that on the back. And you can do these any way that you wanted. If you wanted them all in one direction, if you wanted them all facing in, however you choose to do it. I do need to put a couple right up here. I'm going to put that underneath of the handle of my shovel. And I don't know if I need another one here or not. I don't believe I do. Actually, I think that's going to be the extent of it. Now, this is super cute. It's really easy. You can incorporate the colors that you choose. I will tell you that the only thing I did up here is I wired this entire thing together. So I first wired the shovel on there, and then to the shovel I wired 2 sets of gloves. They kind of look like the ends of the ribbon. If I were to have a ribbon up there, it kind of looks like the ends of the ribbon. And then this obviously represents the bow part at the very top. This is super easy. I hope you'll think about making one of these. These are meant to be outdoors, but you could easily put this in a sunroom. Just make sure it's a covered area. That way, if it is outside, you are not getting wet, because this will make a difference on your seed packets. I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been so much fun for me to make, and is super easy and very low cost. Think about decorating your outside too. Happy spring to you. If you make one of these or attempt to make one, please post it to our Facebook page, and we will see you soon. Keep crafting. Hey guys, I wanted to get back on really quickly and show you this wreath outside so you could get a little better idea of what it looks like out in our beautiful sunshine today. This is going to be adorable on my patio.